So I just saw The Suicide Squad, and it was actually really fun. I guess you could say the inconsistent and butchered state of the DC cinematic universe so far has been a necessary evil so that we could get movies like this. Since they haven't found a formula that works like Marvel has, Warner Bros. Are much more willing to take risks because they have nothing to lose at this point. And the best part about it is that it's not even brought down at all by the first one. Much like Shazam, it's so independent from its own universe that you have no trouble understanding what's going on if you just watch it by itself. And the jokes referencing the first Suicide Squad are indirect enough to not alienate people who haven't seen it, while also adding a layer of appreciation for those who did see it by subverting their expectations. The R rating also does a lot to help this film. Since most of the cast are made up of D-tier, bottom-of-the-barrel characters, it really raises the stakes because of how expendable they're established to be, and highlights the varying level of brutality from these villains. It was such a blast to watch them use their lame or wacky powers that got so ridiculous I almost believe that you could mute the entire movie and still get the same amount of enjoyment by just watching the insanity unfold through its visuals. James Gunn's creative voice is loud and clear, and you can tell how passionate he is about this project, especially when contrasted with the most recent superhero movies. It's funny, it's intense, it's goofy without getting frustrating, and has a great cast with genuine camaraderie. Even the most laughable and unlikable characters were so distinct and full of personality. I harbor more sympathy for Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher 2, The Weasel, Milton, and King Shark more than anyone from any of these films. I even wound up liking this version of Harley Quinn. It may have taken them 3 whole movies, but they got it. Margot Robbie's always done a good job performing the role, but it wasn't until now where they actually got a writer to make her, funny. And that scene where she activated the Grunt birthday party skull was just beautiful. Even if her side story building up to that lingered on a bit too long and didn't have that much impact by the end. It wasn't completely pointless, but it definitely could have been trimmed down a bit. And since we're on negatives, there were a couple tonal shifts that I wasn't really into. The parts where they tried to slow down and have a more somber emotional moment weren't as strong as I think they wanted them to be. Everything else was presented so farcically that it helped accentuate the comedy more than the drama. So the parts where they were sadly recounting their backstories came off as a bit more sappy and unfitting. It's possible that the corniness of it was supposed to be intentional, but I think James Gunn did a better job at blending the emotional and comedic moments more in Guardians of the Galaxy than this. Aside from that, I really like this movie. It's something a lot of people are going to enjoy and will hopefully impact the Hollywood industry in a positive way. So go check it out right now.